আজি নব বাসন্তে প্রভাতের আনন্দের লেজমাত্র ভাব আজিকার কোনো ফুল বিভঙ্গের কোনো গান আজিকার কোনো রক্তরাগ অনুরাগে শিষ্ট করি পারিব না পাঠাইতে তোমাদের স্তরে আজি হতে শতবর্ষ পরে।
Rabindranath Thakur, or Tagore, published his first poem without his name at the age of 13. The first work by him published in a journal, Bonopul, was published when he was 14. His first work in book form when he was about 16 or 17. From that time, literally to his deathbed, he went on writing voluminously, prolifically, in every form of, in every major form and many minor forms of literature.
There hasn't been any good electronic edition of Rabindranath Thakur, or for that matter, of any writer in our country.
We have processed 47,520 pages of manuscripts for the current project.
Tagore's manuscripts are very complex to transcribe, as he has never followed any set pattern.
For the English material, we have around 950 collatable items, which means that we have both manuscript images, typescript images, and printed book images and journal images of these items.
The kind of way Tagore went about writing, he wrote and rewrote his texts a number of times.
Practically no work of his survives in less than 3 or 4 versions that need to be taken seriously.
Another interesting aspect of Tagore's manuscripts are his famous doodles.
He would transform his own manuscripts into works of visual art. Now, what does one do with such a writer?
On the occasion of Rabindranath's 150th birth anniversary in the year 2011, the Ministry of Culture of the Government of India took up a very ambitious program of commemoration, and they've very generously funded the project which we have now christened Bichitra, the project of variety, of the various.
It's a very unique project in terms of its functionality, and its capability, and its archival extent.
So this is a pioneering effort.
This project is coordinated by Professor Shukanta Chaudhary with very able support from poet Shankho Ghosh.
2 absolutely fundamental processes on which, you may say, the whole task of literary scholarship relies. One is search.
The search engine allows the end user to search across all genres that Rabindranath wrote in. It also allows for genre-specific searching.
So we offered our expertise to develop the search engine according to the requirement of the Bichitra project.
The search engine can act as a concordance, which is of special interest to those wishing to find out about the usage and contexts of specific words.
The second function, which is a little more complicated, is collation, that is to say comparison. You compare the different versions of a text.
The collation software is basically a pack of 2 softwares. We call it Probhed pack. Probhed means difference. The 2 parts are gross collation and fine collation. The gross collation works on the chapters and paragraphs. The fine collation compares the 2 paragraphs and prepares a fine collation result, which shows the minute differences between words or sentence structural changes.
At the School of Cultural Texts and Records, over the last few years, we have done a number of projects which generally fall in the field of digital humanities. And in some sense, we have been a witness to the growth of interest, or been a major, I think, participant in the growth of interest in the field of digitization and cultural informatics in the country.
It's amazing that the blend of computing or computer science tools and algorithms into humanities contents.
In electronic form, you can compile a database.
The bibliography will serve as a gateway to this online Variorum edition of Tagore's work,
which not only offers images, pictures of the manuscript and printed pages, it can, along with them, offer transcriptions.
We follow certain transcriptional convention in Bichitra.
We started with a small workshop that decided upon the convention for the transcription.
The exact number of printed pages of which we have offered images is 91,637. So that adds up to a total of something like 140,000, 140,000 pages.
The enormous content and volume of his writings is very difficult to manage.
And to try to take stock of his entire opus in this way is a gigantic task.
It raised questions about the nature of texts, the handling of texts, the relationship of texts, all of which had to be answered on the spot. There was no easy answer available.
I would say that this calls for an entirely different approach to editorial theory and editorial practice.
This entire body of work is almost like a scopus in literature, or scopus on Tagore.
I think we can justly claim that this is the single biggest integrated data resource, or to use the term which is now coming into use, knowledge site on a single major writer anywhere in the world.
Now we have the material and the platform.
If somebody would be doing a research on certain aspect of Rabindranath's writings, today the access to information is becoming so easy that people would be able to concentrate on the actual research part rather than gathering of information.
Bichitra offers a very satisfying user experience.
A project like this requires a considerable amount of administrative support, and we are very fortunate that at Jadavpur University, everybody from the Vice Chancellor downwards, the finance officer, the people at the Central Monitoring Cell have been extremely useful.
A true sort of interlinking of studies in the arts and in technology have developed on this campus, Jadavpur University, which, with flourishing faculties of arts, science and technology side by side, is perhaps the best place in the world for such an exercise to take place.
We are going to introduce, we hope very soon, a course in digital humanities and cultural informatics, and undoubtedly we feel now much better prepared to do this work or offer this course, which is the first time it is being offered anywhere in India.
This project has been completed on time, and the Honorable President of India will be inaugurating.
All the hands-on work of this project was carried out by people under the age of 35 without a single exception. And again, everybody so involved had degrees exclusively from Indian universities, in most cases from our own University of Jadavpur.
I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate each and every member of the entire Bichitra team.